Good afternoon. We have been on the go today. It's your girl WHITT, and I am back. Stop number 5. I am at the Gary South Shore Railcat Stadium, my favorite places in the city of, and I just happen to be with one of my favorite people whose last name happens to be Love. So it's all love, Penelope Love in her American Red Cross lab coat jacket today. We are at an emergency disaster training. Yeah. Okay, Penelope, who is all things safety in the community. So I'm going to allow her to explain why we're here, what we're doing today.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Chelsea. It's always great to see you, and
too.
it's wonderful to be here today at the Railcat Stadium. You guys need to come on down and watch the dogs with the cats. You know, it's the Gary Railcats versus the Chicago Dogs. But before you do that, we're having what's called the Disaster Action Team orientation and training session right now. These are a group of volunteers that are mobilized in our area that come in kind of acting like second responders. So in case you know someone or you yourself have been involved in a home fire, a flood, tornado, any type of disaster, Red Cross wants to be here and help you.
I love the Red Cross. Can I just go on camera and say that? I just gave blood too, like weekend before last. So yay, Red Cross. Okay, I'm back.
And we definitely appreciate that, because you know there's always a deficiency in blood. So we appreciate when you guys go out and donate. This part is a little different because we're helping to bring help and hope in the time of disasters.
Okay.
When you actually have a home fire, a flood, tornado, and we come in kind of like second responders. And we want to bring, sometimes there's cash involved or other resources or referrals that we can help you get back to your pre-disaster condition. The goal is to help. And we here in Gary, we're just neighbors helping neighbors, just neighbors helping neighbors.
I love it.
So we need you guys to mobilize with us. You can reach out anytime. Call me on my cell number, 219-999-2229. Easy enough, isn't it?
Penelope Love.
There you go. For the American Red Cross, and we're still here. If you also need free smoke alarms installed, we're still doing that.
Okay.
And you can call that number at 219-472-6866.
You are such full of information. I'm going to have you back in a second, but there is a dignitary in the stadium, y'all. And she has said she's going to moonwalk on out. She has participated in this morning's training, and they're wrapping up, and she agreed to come on camera with me. I am so honored to welcome our 5th District Councilwoman, Linda Barnes Caldwell, always in the community, always announcing resources and events. And so it was only fitting and proper that you participated today, Councilwoman. Can you give me a little recap? You know, like the teachers say, tell me what you learned.
What I learned this morning. I was excited to be here. We made the announcements reaching out to the public that we needed volunteers from the American Red Cross.
Yes.
You need help.
Yes.
Our community needs help. Who better than us?
Yes, to help one another.
Yes. So I made the announcement, and if I make the announcement, I need to be a part of it.
That's right. So what are some of the things that they taught you in the training today? Like, can you save my life right now?
I can get you some financial assistance.
Okay, that's saving my life.
Have some compassion when speaking with you about your disaster.
Tragedy. Okay.
Yes.
You know what? I didn't think about that.
Yes,
the way
ma'am.
you communicate during tragedy also can make or break somebody's mental status as they're going through something that could be potentially traumatic. So for those people who are watching, give a recommendation on how they should really get involved and the benefits, and how did it make you feel?
Something I need to do to be, service. It's important. Being a council person, that's a job of service. Helping someone in a crisis, that's a job of service. So I need to do that. Continue.
She needs to do that. Well, Councilwoman, I know you are on the run, on to your next stop, but I want to thank you so much for not only announcing the activity that's happening today, but actually being here and being a part of it.
Yes, I'm looking forward to getting on the schedule and being called out in the middle of the night to an assignment.
Okay.
And also, the Gary Common Council, we will be having a public safety meeting Wednesday.
Okay.
To address the violence we've been having in our community.
Oh, that's very important.
One of the things that I'm going to mention is the fact that the last incident we had, I really think the American Red Cross should have been called, because we have a lot of families that are going through something. You know, sometimes we need to talk about it.
Yes.
So, yes.
So, again, the public safety meeting for the Gary Common Council, you said it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, what time?
6 p.m. in the chamber.
Council chambers at 4th and Broadway, and they also broadcast live. And thank you again, Councilwoman. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
You
keep
too.
on serving our public.
I will. Thank you.
And then we are going to have another guest along with Penelope. You want to go ahead and give the intro to Mr. Milton Mathis?
Thank you so very much. You know, sometimes when we're out here in our community, we don't always find the help we think that's available. And like Councilwoman was just talking about, Red Cross could have been notified on something. Well, guess what? We've got people not only that are mobilizing now. You're going to see a picture of these people in this room. But right now, I'm going to bring up Milton Mathis. He's one of our disaster action team members. He's been a responder for how many years now, Milton? 6 years. Come on up, Milton. Applause.
Eminem. Is that your nickname? Hello, Mr. Mathis.
How are you?
Thank you so much for being here today. Talk to me about your reactions of what's happening today and how important it is to stay involved in this disaster training so we can be ready should a disaster happen.
Sure. Well, I am the disaster team volunteer, and one of my job is to appear on the scene, you know, when there are fires, and I'm the one that comes out, you know, the kind of the boots and straps, you know, in the middle of the night, you know, trying to help the client and the samples, and it's so important to me because it's I'm a part of the community, and we really kind of like take care of the donors' bucks when we come out, you know, and help out and assist any way we can.
You know, Mr. Mathis, what comes to mind for me is we don't really think about it until it's us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We don't think about volunteering. We don't think about getting involved. And we just read about it in the paper. But lo and behold, we have individuals like yourselves who are in the background, not looking for all the accolades, but when you get the call, you respond. What made you get involved to be a volunteer?
Well, I've been here in Gary all my life, and I just want to be a part of community. You hear so many good things, and some of you hear a lot of bad things about Gary, but there's a lot of good things about Gary, and there's a lot of good people that helps the American Red Cross. And I didn't know until I got involved and saw fire, how helpful it is and how it's important to help someone when in their time of need. And that's really what kind of like really motivated me to kind of get involved.
Well, I want to say on behalf of our viewers and the citizens of Gary, we want to say thank you for your volunteerism. And I would also venture to say, and I think Penelope would agree with me, a level of bravery. I mean, because we are going into environments that we are uncertain what we're going to find, how people are going to react. But in essence, you all are real live, modern day superheroes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. And thanks for having me.
And that's Mr. Mathis. We just talked to another one of our amazing volunteers. And to my left, I have Lynette Williams. Come on into the shot. Miss Lynette is rocking some of Penelope's favorite gear because you also know Penelope from the Edna Manor Revitalization Program. And we've done some stand-ups with you on that when we have been out in the community, most recently installing smoke detectors in the home. And we just follow Penelope wherever she tells us to show up. So now, Miss Lynette, we are at this training today. Please tell me why you're here and what capacity you've been serving today. Volunteering, facilitating, what have you been doing, Miss Lynette?
I've been finishing up the training for the DAD. And the reason I'm interested in it because when I was a little girl in the first grade, I remember coming home for lunch. And when I came home for lunch, the fire department was in front of my house and all the windows was ripped out. Everything piled up. And we had to sleep in the front room because the back rooms were burnt up. So I figured like the Red Cross deals with you now. You don't have to wait until somebody come and try and help you and give you money. So that pulled me to come home, and that feeling of coming home and your stuff is all, only thing you have on is your clothes you got on.
Yeah, clothes on your back.
Yes. Wow. So the thing about it, and then Penelope, I told you have a blind man where he can see, you know, take it up this and not, you know, enjoy, you know, working with, you know, Red Cross and with Miss Vanessa.
Me too.
Yeah.
Miss Lynette, I want to thank you, and you sharing your personal story makes it all the more real. So for those of you who are watching, we are here at the Gary South Shore Railcats game, but the game hasn't started yet because we are in the game of disaster training, and we have a whole room full, and in a minute we're getting ready to go inside. We're going to get the wide shots. You all can see it's not just Penelope and a couple of her friends. It's a full suite full of folks, and they had snacks. It's a full suite of folks learning how to come to our rescue, and we can't be anything but honored and appreciative to everything you do. So what would you say to that person that says, I don't know if I have time, I don't know? Why should they do it?
Because of the fact it's when you give, like to say, things give back to you. And the thing about it is nothing better than that's a good legacy to leave behind is to go and help somebody else, you know, and always know that way somebody's going to help you.
Miss Lynette said it. I believe it. Thank you, Miss Lynette. I have one more individual we're going to talk to, then we're going to go inside. Good afternoon. What's your name?
How you doing? My name is Artez. Last name is pronounced H.
Artez H,
Yes.
and he too has joined today's disaster training. Please tell me, have you been in the training? What have you been doing today?
Well, I've been learning a lot about the Red Cross, and I look forward to volunteering.
Is this your first time?
It's my very first time.
Now, what made you make the move and the decision? Did Penelope strong arm you? What does she do?
I've always wanted to volunteer in an organization such as this. I've been a fireman. I've just retired. 24 years on the job.
Gary?
Yes.
Yes, we love our GFT. Okay.
All right. And I did meet Penelope out in the field, and she told me about the organization, and I was very excited.
Score, Penelope. So I feel like as a retired fireman, you can teach us some things. Things about safety and what we need to do, and just having you on the scene. Are our firefighters also, are you all like CPR certified and things like that?
Oh, yeah. We're first responders.
Okay.
Yeah. First responders.
That is so awesome. Yeah. And so this is the next chapter of your life. I'm going to venture to say.
Being a second responder.
Being a second responder.
Yeah.
Did you retire early? We'll talk offline because I'm looking and I'm getting the idea and I'm getting this vibe of this whole early retirement. I am so jealous of folks that say they're retired, but this is a great way to spend the next chapter of your life still helping others. So I'm going to ask you, like I asked Miss Lynette and Penelope and everybody else, that appeal, because somebody just jumped on and they're like, what are they talking about? Well, you're going to tell them why they should do what you're doing.
Well, if it's in your heart to give, to volunteer, this is the right organization.
He said it. I believe it. Gary firefighters, you're always going to be one. So thank you for your service, and thank you for continuing to serve with the American Red Cross.
Thank you.
So you guys, we're getting ready to go inside. I'm about to test Amber's patience, her ability, her agility, as we move into the actual training. So bear with us. We're going to move several cameras. We may move one at a time. And that way you can see exactly what we've been outside talking about. We're going to go inside and see them in action. Shall we? Here we go. All right, so it looks like they're just wrapping up, and I just want you to see over my shoulder all of the activities coming up. Come on, Penelope, come on over here. And so this is the space. Just talk to me a little bit about all the magic that just happened in the suite before the game.
Well, yes, we are making things happen here for you, the citizens of Gary, Indiana, and the surrounding areas. So if ever there's an occasion that you have a need due to a disaster, you know someone that's had a need. I've had a fire in my home, and it was devastating for myself and my children. So, and we were displaced for a while, but I tell you, had I known about Red Cross, and that's the issue. A lot of us just don't know, and we don't know that we don't know.
Right.
So somewhere in here, while we're having this discussion, I want you guys to get on your phones, do your emailing, do your texting, tell someone to check in here, access this live feed, and say, listen, here's Red Cross. Spread the word. You do not need to go through your disaster alone.
That's right.
We are here to help. Let us help. Let us do this thing. And I'm going to tell you just a little nugget. Now, this isn't a Red Cross thing. This is a penny thing with me and Jesus, you know. I tell you, we are acting like what the church ought to be doing.
That's right.
Sometimes we drop the ball in the church, but Red Cross is doing this thing. And we just want you to come alongside. No faith, all faith. We just trying to be community-based. Bring it on. Bring your time, your energy. We're taking care of everything. We train. We provide all the tools and resources. We just need your time. Come on, join us. Look around the room. Look at all these people joining us.
I know.
And I want you to meet a couple people.
You are making my job so easy. You see that whole Red Cross commercial she just gave. But I was going to ask you before we get them on, if somebody wants to say, hey, can you come to my church and set up a training for us? Can you come to my organization? What do they need to do, Penny?
Just give me a call. Give us a call out. You can even dial the regular 1-800-RED CROSS number. You can do that. You can go online, click some buttons. You'll see our full website of all types of opportunities. But if you want to call me to come right here, guess what? It's easy. You ready? 219-999-2229. Thank you.
All right,
Stand by.
Who do you want me to meet now? I'm sorry.
Come
I
on
see
up
candy
for
on
me.
the table. I'm distracted.
Help yourself. We're going to have Tony come on up here. You guys probably already know Tony. I don't need to introduce him.
Come on,
Tony's going
Tony.
to tell you who he is, though.
Hey, Tony.
Hi. How are you?
We're going to switch off.
Okay, come right here,
All right,
Tony.
very good.
Penelope says that it is imperative that we know who you are. So please, let all of our thousands of viewers know who you are and how you are part of this critical service being provided.
Yes, my name's Tony Ashford. I'm an attorney in Northwest Indiana. I've been practicing for 26 years. And my primary work is helping people who have issues with their insurance coverage issues. So say you have your house burns down and your insurance company's not helping you. I help people who have issues with their insurance companies.
Oh, that is awesome.
I do other work as well, but it is there's not very many attorneys that do that, so it's something that I've done more and more as time has gone on.
So did you present today, or are you in a volunteer capacity?
I'm in a volunteer capacity because there are people that are insured, there are people that aren't insured. They all need our help. And if we can provide them with resources to help them get through the toughest times in their lives, you know, we're going to do everything we can to try to do so.
Well said, Counselor. Thank you so much for
thank
being here. 26 years, you are vested in this community, and we thank you for not only your professional services, but also your volunteer service.
Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.
You too. If you are just tuning in, we are at the Gary South Shore Railcat Stadium in beautiful downtown Gary. Is it game time? Not quite, but almost. And these faithful volunteers are being surprised at the conclusion of the training. They are being treated to a Railcats game today. We're already up in the skybox, so it's like you do a little something for your community, then voila, you get a chance to enjoy the #1 team in my book of minor league baseball, our Gary South Shore Railcats. And we got the sound effects. We have the sound effects from Penelope, and we are getting ready to wrap up. Penelope, if you give us our last and final words as we go off camera, that final plea, your elevator speech.
My final plea, my elevator speech. Just do it.
Just do it. Oh, I thought she was going to elaborate. Just do it.
You know what I'm talking about. Wink, wink. Just
wink,
do
wink.
it.
The American Red Cross.
American Red Cross.
They have been trained. They've been in here since 9 a.m. or let me see. No, 1, 2. It's a 3-hour training.
Girl, we come big. We want you to know everything we possibly can. We are putting some information in you. This is a 16-hour course.
Oh, so this is like a portion of what has taken place.
We're just finishing, actually, and we did it in 14 to 16 hours. So we did it in two sessions, and so now we're completing this, and we are awarding our graduates, you know, with their bags and IDs, and we're ready to dispatch them into the streets of Gary and the surrounding areas.
Oh, that is so wonderful.
We're coming.
So I guess I'm glad you said that, just to let everybody know there is a commitment involved. But with the commitment comes the greater reward of being able to make a special impact in our community.
Yes.
And I am leaving here today with an even more comforted heart in knowing that there are individuals who have taken the time to be trained to come to our rescue here in the city of Gary. Penelope, congratulations on this movement.
Congratulate us all. Congratulations to you, City of Gary. Oh, and guess what? Mayor, thank you so much.
Hey,
Big old shout out and whoop whoop to our mayor. Thanks so much. We really appreciate you, the City of Gary, our fire department, our police department. Thank you guys for all you do. We really appreciate it.
And shout out to my girl Renee. I know she had her fingers on this in the South Shore Railcast. They always make a way and set up the rooms and get the food, and you have a beautiful day as you are making the difference.
Yes,
and with that, we're going to wrap up this live interview with my girl Penelope Love. I have been your host, Chelsea Whittington of CWHIT PR. Who you with?
I'm with you.
CWHIT. All right. We will see you next time. Get to the American Red Cross website and go ahead and sign up to volunteer. We'll see you next time. Toodles.